Okay, yeah. So, point number 2, moving on. Let me just report this. Letitia is really expecting a lot from her husband. Now, this is the husband that she met at 17 years old. I really think they kind of grew in different directions. Like, no one really expected, Letitia right here to, from Jackson, Mississippi, just to become a millionaire and start empowering women. But did her husband grow in the same direction as her? No one knew she was going to become a millionaire and become this dynamic woman that gives national brunches to empower women, like I was saying. So I think she really needs to, I just want to report that I think she needs to let him go. Really, she's not the same woman she was at 17, and he's just consistently not stepping along with her in the same direction. He's basically just out there, having these affairs and not considering what type of woman she is. And she's a very positive woman that wants to support other women, and she feels she deserves more. I agree. Which brings me to point number 3, and which is my criticism. Now, I'm criticizing Letitia's husband for, like I'm saying, continuously breaking her heart with cheating. And that, now this does not make me a happy camper as a figure of speech, I'm not a happy camper to always see him, having her in tears, she's crying, and everything else in her life is going so well, but this guy, her husband, that she's been with since 17, just knows how to break her down. And it seems like he has a pattern of behavior, and I'm kind of my criticism is also for Letitia, because she's always allowing him, to break her heart, and she's such a smart woman, but she continuously goes back to him. And it looks like I was saying, it looks like a pattern of behavior to me by him that I don't know if that's going to really change. So I think she should either cut, her losses and move on, or accept that she will never be the only woman in his life. I think, she needs to just stay friends with him and they could just raise their son together. And she should just cut him loose. I think that's probably the only really thing that she can really do to stop the pain that he's continuously causing her in her life. Yeah. So, I definitely feel that. Okay, now, this is the Binti Love podcast, and, and everything's a teachable moment. It's 5 points, 5 stars review, and that's what I'm giving you. And you can subscribe on YouTube, TikTok, or Spotify, and also subscribe at www.bintilove.com. Okay. Now, point number 4, it is a research moment. And so let me just, put my professor hat on. And basically, it's a research moment with Binti Love. Okay. So through research, only 2% of high school relationships in today's society that are still married, that were in relationships when they were in high school. So basically anyone that was in high school, they basically are not still married. 2% of the couples that met in high school in today's environment and society, only 2% of the couples are actually still married when they met in high school. So, and that's through research. So I don't really know if Letitia and her husband will make it. Yeah. But I do want to say that, this episode was really, really great. And I like the different aspects of the episode. The emotional aspects to it. And it made you really, evaluate your own life. And so I like that. I give this episode 5 stars because I love how Letitia speaks. Like, she's a very, very emotional speaker and very powerful speaker when she talks from the heart. So although it was like a little bit of a tragic scene between her and her husband, just the way she spoke about her heart and how he was affecting her, I felt like, she's a scene stealer. She definitely is a scene stealer. I'm saying that Letitia is going to be the star of this show. That's what I'm figuring. And it's just the second season, but I just feel that how she speaks so eloquently and so passionately that, she's going to be one that we really want to watch. And so that's why I gave this episode 5 stars. Okay, now my fifth and final point, it always ends on love. And so I really hope Letitia and Marie get back on track because these are really real friends. And this one, Latrice kind of broke this up a little bit, Letitia kind of like not understanding that Marie is very, very hurt by what Latrice has done. And I think that kind of added to this picture of, I'm not saying what Latrice has done has made her this because other things have happened. But, it didn't help her situation right here, Marie's situation. It didn't help her. And that's what is, hopefully all forgiveness does come through. But, getting through it is kind of difficult at times. But I do really hope that Letitia and Marie get back on track because I agree with Marie. If Latrice tried to break up Letitia's brunch business, Letitia would not be happy either. And so that's why Marie's not happy. And she would have an attitude too. Letitia would have an attitude if, Latrice tried to do something to her. And that's why Marie has an attitude towards Latrice. But I think it should come together. We should have, no one should have an attitude. These women are millionaires. They have these businesses. And these things are not helping them. So I really hope that Letitia really needs to, and I hope that she does, kind of understand where Marie is coming from. And I hope that, that work starts happening. Okay. And that was my fifth and final point. And it always ends in love. After all, this is the Binti Love Podcast. And again, make sure to subscribe to the Binti Love Podcast. And again, you can find me on YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify. And also make sure to comment, tell me exactly what you think about the Binti Love Podcast review. Okay, bye guys.